You're called to be different. You're called to be a saint. Not just as you function, but in your posture before Jesus. And that posture is met best through a relationship with him. Let that be the starting point. Let grace be the place that you rest and find your peace from. And it's a grace that has been given to you from God the Father who loves you and secured for you through our Lord Jesus Christ, who died for you while you were still a sinner, while you were still broken. And so it causes you, as a saint of Jesus, to walk into the world bold and courageous in your sainthood with the humility of a sinner who needs to be reminded every single day of who Jesus is, every single day of how much he loves you, every single day of how much more valuable he is than anything else the world has to offer, every single day of how you need the grace of Christ in your life, every single day of how your neighbors and your friends and your family need the gospel of Christ too. I heard it said this week, and it encouraged me so deeply. It was this. It was when you get to come together as a church, something beautiful happens because you see God working in your neighbors. You get to hear stories of how God moved in your life this week or how God moved in their life, and you might be in a place where you're wondering where God is in your life as a saint who's trying to follow him and trying to build relationship with him. But I gotta tell you, and this is how it was said, and I love it. It's not mine. I wish I had the corner on this one. If God's working with your neighbor, it means that God's in the neighborhood. If God's working with your neighbor, it means God's in the neighborhood. That means that God's in here with us. Can you believe that? That God is with his church in the world. He may not have shown up for you the way you think you need him to right now in this moment, but if he's with your neighbor, he's in the neighborhood. That means that he can continue to work, continue to move. He is not far from you. The struggles you're walking through, the fight you have with culture that you just keep losing, the fight you have with your own sinfulness that you know Jesus beat for you. You know he defeated it, but you don't feel it. You haven't seen victory in your own lives in different things. God is close at hand. So walk with that confidence, the boldness of his good news, and building that depth of relationship so you walk not in your own strength as a saint, but one marked by Jesus.